'cause the fun never ends with these three best friends. The fun never ends with the boys.
With the boys.
Hello, it is midnight. This is WIUX LP Bloomington. You're listening to the Boys Cold One Hour. I'm Billy.
I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Clay.
Thank you all for joining us. Reach into the back of the icebox, dive deep within.
Very, very bottom.
Pick your favorite cold one. Get it all ready. Get it set.
Make sure it's dripping.
Nice
it's
and
moist.
cold.
Nice and cold. Pop it open.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's
baby.
cold.
Never
How is that even still liquid?
Oh,
Never
that's
get
good
tired of that
stuff.
sound.
That is right on the borderline of frozen.
Whoa.
Who are those boys on the radio? They've got some cold ones in their own show. Open up your ears, listen to us. Forget your fears, there's no need to fuss, 'cause the fun never ends with these three best friends. The fun never ends with the boys. With the boys. We're so glad you're here with us at midnight.
We're so glad you're back after our super scary Halloween episode.
I
We're
know.
glad we didn't scare you off too
Exactly.
much.
Yeah.
You finally were able to take the covers off your head, stop hiding down there.
Yeah, you finally got over your PTSD. You're
Exact-
back.
You've left the house.
Finally.
Finally.
You left the house just to listen to this, actually.
You've gotten off the call with your best
you
friend.
can listen to this in your house too.
No, you have to drive to listen to the radio, right?
Yeah, you have to log into the computer in your car and and type in WIX.
Maybe your car has is the only place that has Wi-Fi.
But just make sure that you've been on the phone with your friend for like a week straight. Your best friend, they listen to the same episode. They're just as scared. You can hang up now. Just text them.
Yeah,
Say,
yeah.
hey, I'm doing fine. I'm not scared anymore.
Yeah, but we're glad you're here. So grab a cold one, like we said.
Grab a cold one, and we're introducing a very special guest.
Yes.
Our sixth guest. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Simone
You're
Siu.
Yeah.
Thanks for having
What is up?
me.
Oh yeah, welcome to the show.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah. So Simone, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Okay, that's awesome. So yeah, you're a very loyal listener of the show, right?
Definitely every week.
You listen every week. So do you have
I've
a
heard
favorite?
every show.
Do you have a favorite cold one?
A favorite cold one?
Yes.
As in the show or
No.
The
Like
favorite
the
drink.
beverage.
As in one of
favorite
us.
beverage to drink.
No, I'm just kidding. As in a favorite cold one to drink.
favorite cold one to drink. Right now, chocolate milk.
Chocolate
Ooh,
milk.
that's a pretty
Definitely.
popular cold one.
Pretty
among-
Very
popular.
good. She actually
Yeah.
just drank.
I just drank chocolate milk right before I came here.
Oh,
to
that's
prepare.
good.
Yeah.
just drank-
Speaking
I
of
love
that, I was
chocolate
just about to ask when's your favorite time to drink?
A
Favorite
chocolate
time to
one.
drink?
A chocolate milk.
A chocolate milk. Exactly at 11:55 p.m.
Oh,
to
okay.
prepare.
So you just
Oh.
have 5 minutes. You can really enjoy the chocolate
you
milk.
Exactly.
pregame with your cold one
Yeah,
before the
exactly.
show.
That's
I
She
exactly
just
what I
chugs the
did.
chocolate milk immediately.
See,
before,
chug the
just to
chocolate
get in the mood.
Chug a chocolate
Yeah.
milk.
What? Not
And then
exactly.
you're ready.
And then you like sip one during the show. Maybe.
She chugs it over like a 5-minute period, so it's like a very
Yeah,
slow
I
chug.
draw it out.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
like taking sips. It's just like
She
one
just holds her breath
continuous
for the whole
long
time
sip.
and just,
Exactly.
just slowly drinks this milk.
So she
Yeah,
pre-games and then she gets a giant thing of chocolate milk and slowly sips it. she exercises restraint for the
for
other part
a
of it.
whole 5 minutes.
Exactly. So we're so
That's
glad to
pretty
have you on the
impressive.
show. Very exciting. Glad another chocolate milk cold one is on the show. There's been many. I think it's
Many,
definitely
yeah.
the like.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
The resident
third
favorite
or so.
Classic, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's been like 3 chocolate milks and maybe 2 root beers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. Definitely.
And
And
nobody's
there's those
still.
weirdos that like do shine.
Yeah.
Wait, okay.
exactly.
I never Douchine.
You
Okay,
doo-doo head,
Douchine
like
is
Douchine.
good. Douchine is good, but I did not. That was not my favorite cold one. I said Mountain Dew is my favorite.
No, you
cold
said
one.
I'm
Mountain
pretty
Dew.
sure you said
Shine.
douche.
I never
You?
said.
What's
said it
all
wrong.
your guys'
I never said.
You said
it was
Mountain Dew Shine.
I never said Mountain
So
Dew.
guys, tweet hashtag cold one boys at Billy is a liar. His favorite cold one is Mountain Dew Shine.
Prove. Okay, I would say prove it and look
And
back.
tweet it and
we never recorded
hashtag
that.
cold one boys.
first-
I would
Yeah,
like
the
to
first
say
episode
something.
was
I would like
lost,
to say that
so-
my favorite cold one. I didn't think of this at the time of the first episode. It's tied with yellow Gatorade or
Tide?
yellow Powerade.
Like you drink Tide like
Yeah,
bleach.
and Tide bleach. Tide
Tide
bleach,
bleach,
mixed
Tide
yellow,
laundry
Tide,
detergent,
Thailand,
right?
you have to drink in
mixed
Thailand.
Tide
Yeah, he
bleach,
drinks Tide
mix
bleach.
yellow Gatorade and yellow Powerade, and mix Diet Mountain Dew,
This
and
sounds
drink
like a fake
normal Mountain Dew,
cold wine.
and
I
throw in
don't
the Dew
believe
Shine.
it.
Why not?
Yeah,
It's not.
he's creating you're creating a perfect yellow drink.
Yeah, actually, that's how you make dew shine, right?
Yeah.
You just mix all
Okay,
those
first of
together,
all, I
and then
mean,
you
you know
ferment
what?
it.
Wait, do you
and-
actually like yellow Gatorade the most?
Yellow Gatorade tied with Mountain Dew.
That's probably my least favorite.
What's
Not
your
type of Gatorade.
favorite?
I mean, I like all kinds of Gatorade. Even yellow Gatorade is really good.
You're one of those.
But if I had to pick like a routine one, probably red. How about you,
Red.
Jonathan?
Yeah, probably red. Orange is good, but
Orange
I
is
feel like
really
orange
good.
can get
Red's
old
gonna
after
I
a
can only
while.
drink so many oranges.
Yeah.
the red is good.
Blue is good because you
But-
feel like, oh, I'm drinking something blue.
Clay's deodorant actually smells like blue.
I do have
He
deodorant that
buys it
smells.
solely because it smells like blue.
No, I did. I spent a long time in the store picking out deodorant for myself.
The red one's just
And the one I found smelled just like cool blue Gatorade.
red one's too poignant. Plus, it makes your lips all red. But you know,
Yeah,
well, agree to disagree.
All pretty and ready to kiss.
Speaking of disagreeing,
Okay.
we've got some boy wonders and some boy blunders this week. First up to bat, we got the boy wonder.
So the boy wonder is the boy who did something wonderful that week. He's the best boy of the week, an amazing person to look up to for everybody to really idealize and love.
Yeah.
So who's the boy wonder of the week?
Who is it, Billy?
Me? Oh, okay. Well,
Billy McDunn.
Billy
Please announce the boy wonder of the
oh,
week.
don't get me excited like that, man. All right, the boy wonder of the week is Jonathan Falk.
Wow, thank you.
Congratulations.
Jonathan.
I'm
Go
so excited.
Jonathan.
What is this for again?
Most boy wonder wins, definitely.
So,
Probably most boy blunder too, but
Yeah, but hey, who's counting?
hey, at least I'm doing
I am.
something in
I
my
don't- I have
life. All
something
right,
else.
you hear me?
Right, exactly. Hey, you got to do a little bit of wrong to do a little bit of right.
That's pretty true.
So before the show today, probably about an hour before, we had there were some solo cups.
For like 5 minutes before we were doing it in the studio.
Yeah, pretty much. This
When
pretty much
Simona's
just,
chugging her chocolate milk.
this actually
beers.
happened like 10 minutes ago, to be honest.
Yeah.
And we all decided.
Actually, hasn't happened yet.
How did the conversation start? We were talking about stacking cups.
Stacking cups
Cup
because
stacking, the classic
because
speed
we were talking
stacking
about
game.
our
One
friend,
of our favorite sports.
Our friend Joe, who's really into weird sports, or not even sports, like things like Rubik's
Shout out to
cubes
Joe.
and card games and things like stacking cups. And so I had never stacked cups before, but I said I bet I could do the best. And then Jay and Billy thought they could do the best. Then Jonathan thought he could definitely do the best.
And then
Oh, yeah, I've
there
been
just
practicing.
happened to be a huge stack of red cups
A huge stack of red cups that my roommate Ann had. And don't worry, those cups we didn't get them dirty. They're completely
All
fine.
clean.
We wash every single one after in the dishwasher.
Yeah,
so-
hand wash them each in the clothes washer. Because
Yeah.
Ann's big on washing her
yeah.
clothes in the,
Oh,
in the
right.
dishwasher.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. So we did your laundry for you. You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so we had a little competition. I believe it was me versus Clay, and then
And we don't know
Jonathan
who won.
versus
We don't know who
Jeff.
won.
It was like a whole
last
bracket.
Yeah, let's
set
just
up.
say I
people were
won.
taking bets on it.
Yeah, people were. Simona's betting pretty heavy.
Big
She was betting the rest of her
Yeah.
chocolate milk.
I think
on-
Sergey lost a lot of money on it, but we won't talk about that. too
Sergey
much.
lost his
It's
shirt.
a little too sad to say, no comment from him.
Exactly. He lost his shirt in the thing.
Yeah,
He's
but
actually.
he was blessed with a lot of money though, so he can
Yeah.
afford to.
Yeah,
lose
he's sitting
money.
here shirtless.
He really
for
is not
people
wearing
driving by.
a shirt or pants in the studio. It's kind of.
It's kind of.
It's kind of. He'll talk to you about that in the news. But Jonathan.
He can stand the cold really
Jonathan-
well, so he
Jonathan-
just likes to do that, you know.
Jonathan,
Exactly.
he won the tournament.
He won the entire.
That's
tournament.
it was-
good.
Super
I
slick
beat
hands.
Clay, Jonathan beat Jay, and then Jonathan beat me. So
Pretty
Jonathan,
intense.
And then-
congratulations.
and then-
Complicated.
And then Clay beat Jay. I'm sick. And then Clay beat Jay for the real boy wonder.
Well,
yeah, you could say it
not
was a
really.
bit of Cinderella
But
story.
speaking
I was
of
kind of
that-
the underdog going in. I thought, you know,
He was underdog,
I'm like the butler of speed stacking.
Exactly, because Jay and Billy right away were like, "You're not gonna be able to do it."
Yeah,
Wait, I thought he was going to be able to do
No,
it.
you were talking about how you and Jay were the best.
Wait, I was?
they were bragging
you were
the whole
doubting
time.
You're like, hey, this kid, he doesn't know anything. Isn't it good out in the first
This
round?
kid's never seen a cup
I never
before.
said
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
You're putting words in
And then
my
Jonathan
mouth.
said, "I'm gonna make you eat your words," and he beat you guys.
I
Yeah,
did.
and then
You're gonna make
I
them
was feeling
drink
really
their
confident
words.
because I mean, when someone bets, when one of your friends named Sergey bets $2 million
His shirt and
on
his
you,
pants.
you just get so much confidence.
Sure.
You can't control what you're saying anymore.
Yeah,
So
Exactly.
whatever.
It just kind of happened.
But
And-
yeah, speaking of which, boy blunder. Jonathan, would you like to announce the boy blunder? Even though we
Is it us?
Clay kind of alluded to it, but
Oh right, okay. So the
Oh, wait, is
boy,
it us?
I don't know.
Oh
the boy
no!
blunder for this week.
Boy blunder.
The boy
Boy
blunder is somebody who
blunder
messed up really bad in the
is-
week. In case you don't know.
It is Jay Shukla.
Ah,
Hey,
yeah.
who is not here?
Who is it? Who is that?
Who is Jay Shukla?
Who is Jay Shukla?
Is he
That's
like
good
a
question.
loser at cup stacking?
Yeah,
I guess
he's
so.
pretty bad.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
cup
I'm pretty
stacking.
sure he's the worst cup
He
stacker.
came into it really cocky. He was like smack talking me the whole time.
He was smacking the cups.
He was
Yeah.
smacking
Yeah,
the cups.
he
And
was smacking it right out of your head.
That's actually why he lost. He was cheating. He smacked the cup out of my hand, and then I called him on that because I know the rules pretty well.
And the referee, who's also Sergey, even though he's taking bets, it was a pretty corrupt system. But he had Jay
It was
disqualified.
messed up, but yeah,
Yeah.
even though Jay isn't a traditional boy, he was one of our guests. If you
Yeah.
remember,
He's one of our good friends. One
from
of
the
our guests.
Gene. He has a Gene Comforter. If you
Gene
forgot,
Comforter,
yeah.
And he's also a dirty cheater, and he's the
yeah,
worst.
he
at cup
tried to
stacking.
pay Sergey
Well,
off.
no.
for it, but
Shout
he
out to
was-
Jay. Thank you for listening, Jay, back home, and thank you to all the
Thanks
viewers
for
back
We
playing.
hope you're
home.
listening.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah, and thank you for
Thanks for
playing.
playing. You really did
You're
have to
only the
play.
boy blunder because you lost the tournament. We're sorry. And I mean, really,
Maybe next time.
maybe the true blunder should
Really,
be the guy.
Sergey
The
lost.
true blunder should be the guy who lost $3 billion in one night.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
And all his clothes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
setting
You
up.
think the ref would have the guts to change the rules a bit, but he
Well, I
just
guess
went with it.
not.
I mean, I have to respect Sergey for that. He really sticks to his guns. He was an honest boy. So.
He put himself out
He's
there.
flexing his guns right now. I can tell.
Without a shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Sergey's thick, yeah.
Very
Okay.
thick. Looking very thick right now.
And I want to hear much more about Sergey being thick. But first, I want to hear some music
About Sergey being thick.
Sergey being thick.
Don't go away.
So please don't go
Yeah.
away. We'll miss you. We'll be right back.
We've got an exciting topic.
Very exciting. Miss you. Love you.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh, sorry.
Alrighty.
Okay. So that is that song was a special song we picked out just for you. One of my favorite songs. One of our favorite songs.
Yeah.
Your Visits Are Getting Shorter by Block Party. Pretty sad name
good
for a
one.
song.
Yeah.
But pretty cool song though.
Pretty cool song. Pretty sad idea of somebody's visits getting shorter. Just like, but your visits with the Cold One Boys stay the same.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
About an hour every week.
About an hour. Not long enough, but still.
Yeah.
So, this topic of this specific episode is pet stories.
Pet stories.
Stories involving pet animals. It could be your pet. It could be your daddy's pet, your mommy's pet. Listen, we don't.
neighbor's pet.
Someone's
Your
pet.
neighbor's pet.
Yeah.
These ain't
Your
your
pet's
mom's
pet.
These ain't your mama's pets. So we're going to talk about pet stories and the horrible things they've done to us, or the amazing things that they've showed us.
Wow. Okay.
So, first off, who wants to go first, talking about their pet stories? I know Simone is a pretty good story, but it
I
might
have a
take
pretty good story.
It might take a while.
All right,
Maybe
let's do-
Who wants to start it off?
I mean, I have some less impressive pet stories I can go over real quick. So just basically,
All right.
me and animals don't go along very well. I'm kind of a little nervous around animals, especially
Oh,
around
yeah.
especially around maybe like a wild animal or like the deer, like not the deer, the crows that the crows that go all around the trees in IU.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are
Very
actually,
scary.
I actually can't walk underneath those unless like Jay's walking with me or something because I get really scared because I'm so scared they'll peck me. It just looks so gross. They're on the tree. So, anyways, I don't like animals. I always see deer outside my apartment building and it scares me.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Because the light catches in their eyes and they look like
Especially
little.
when it's really late at night.
It's really late at night.
Completely dark.
And they'll have big antlers and the light catches and they look like little demons. I hate it. But anyways, pets though I like. Like if I get to know a dog or if I get to know a cat, we'll be pretty good friends, depending on the nature of the animal. So I have a dog named Hobbs. He used to be very, very young, very full of life, very ferocious. Now he's a little old, he's gone a little bit crazy.
Crazy.
As dogs tend to do. Very crazy.
Little
Cuckoo in the
cute.
head.
He's a little cute, but also a little crazy. Like, for example, he gets really scared in thunder. He never used to get scared in thunderstorms, but now he gets really, really scared in thunderstorms. Mm-hmm. So he starts freaking out and whining. And then also he's scared of the dark. So, like, when the dark happens, I was in my house once and he was shoving his face in between the couch and the wall so he didn't have to see anything.
See, that's not scary. That's pretty cute.
That's kind of
A
cute, but
little
also kind of
sad.
sad that, like, because, like, can dogs close their eyes?
That's why he was
Can they
shoving
close
his.
their- Yeah, they
head
can.
into
They
the
can
couch.
close.
Yeah,
their eyes,
so, like, why do you do that instead of
If
shoving
they
his
have
head?
eyes.
Why? Yeah, my dog does not have eyes.
Yeah.
That's
But
why.
yeah, he actually has a few eyes.
Symbolic act.
No, he's definitely got a few eyes. He's got 3 or 4 eyes, so he shoves them in between the walls so he can't see. And my brother, for a while, he got a little pet toad and a little pet salamander.
Oh really?
Yeah.
They have names.
They did have names. My brother was really into the musician Frank Zappa at the time. So I think that the salamander is named either Frank or Zappa or Frank Zappa. I'll just call him Frank though. I was holding Frank, who was this little red salamander in my hand. I take him out of the terrarium, which is a place to hold animals that are not fish. And he jumped right out of my hand and fell down the heating duct and burned alive.
No.
Yeah, it was scary. He wiggled out of my hand and jumped right between the holes and burnt alive, presumably.
Wow.
It's just a boy bummer.
That's a boy bummer.
That's so sad.
Boy bummer for a boy summer. That was in the summertime. And but maybe he got lost down there and he like has gotten huge.
Maybe
and
he's
he's-
just like hanging out in sauna.
Exactly. He just in the sauna. He's become this gigantic
it out.
salamander. He just crawls around in the pipes and is trying to get revenge at me for not handling him well. Anyways, that's about the extent of my pet stories. How about you, Billy?
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I never really had that many pets. I never had a dog or a cat or anything.
You got some pet little siblings.
But okay. But yeah, we did have a pet hamster. Well, we had multiple, but one in particular, her name was Marshmallow. And I remember one interesting story where that
You
happened.
accidentally tried to eat her.
No.
Okay.
So
That's
actually,
good.
we named her because we were shopping. We were not at Petco or anything. We were just at the grocery store shopping for marshmallows, and
What were you making? Like,
it was just sitting there. No,
why
I'm
are you
kidding.
shopping just for marshmallows?
No, I'm kidding. That's not what actually
I
happened.
want to hear that story.
No, that was a
Can
fake
that be
story.
next week?
Yeah, next week.
You'll
our
get- it's
top
all
three
fake stories.
Marshmallows.
Yeah, marshmallows and fake stories.
Yeah. So, anyways, this hamster, it had a cage, and we had the cage on top of like a table in our basement. And one day when we went down there, Marshmallow had escaped. I don't really remember how.
Marshy.
We actually did
no.
call her Marshy.
I figured.
So Marshy had escaped.
I called her Marshy too when she escaped and ended up in my house.
Yeah. No, but we'll save that for the fake story episode. But Marcia had escaped, and we searched our entire basement. Could not find her. I mean, we had a bunch of stuff over there, and we were wondering like, how did she get from the top of the table? Because it was a pretty high up table, all the way down to the ground. And we looked, and on the leg of the table there were scratch marks. going from the tunnel.
she clawed herself down.
She like fireman pulled down the side of the table, and we ended up. Eventually, we found her, and we had a bin of stuffed animals. She was in the bin of stuffed animals, probably because like hamsters like to dig around like in tunnels and stuff. But like,
Maybe I was looking for some friends.
yeah, she was disguising herself with the other furry beasts of the house. But yeah, Jonathan.
Did the scratch marks did they write something out? Like, was this hamster like pleading for help?
It was like, help
He was
me.
trying to write a message.
No, I mean I don't know, man. It just looked like
I need friends.
Maybe a nice message like, I
Turn
love
the
you.
radio on.
Turn the radio on. Yeah. Tune in.
Just want some more
Hashtag
cold
boys
ones.
cold 1 hour.
Yeah.
Cold one boys.
But Jonathan, do you have any pet scenarios?
Yeah, I have a few. So I had a hamster as well. It was named Cutie.
Aww.
It was pretty cute. It was pretty
cute.
annoying though, honestly, because it would always run in the little wheel, and it was just really loud. So like Cutie ended up just kind of living in our garage.
Oh, God.
Because
Cutie.
especially
Cutie's
at night,
banished the
because
garage.
yeah, Cutie was just banished. Because it was just way too loud. It would like keep us up at night. I also have a dog named Libby. It's a little Maltese.
Aw.
Also very cute.
Very cute.
And one thing it's a little bit funny. So a little bit interesting, I guess. So my dog is actually named Liberty Bell, and then the name is Libby. But it was kind of interesting when we took.
Yeah, I know.
Apparently, Liberty Bell is a pretty popular name for a dog because when we took her to the groomer, she was given the name Liberty Bell 8. So
wow.
apparently there had been
There's been
seven
seven
other
Liberty
Liberty
Bells.
Bells. This is this one
It was just
small
Liberty Bell in
groomer.
another life.
Wow.
Yeah.
And who was
so
Cutie was the hamster, right?
Cutie was a hamster.
Was it full name Cutie Pie Bell?
It was right.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Cutie Pie Bell number
Cubity
7.
Bell.
Cutie Pie Bell number 7.
Number
Liberty
70.
Bell 8. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
it's a great story. Your animal experience is so much like. I feel like me and Billy's animal experience is kind of dark.
Yeah.
Like you're bringing
kind of happy.
You bring a whole cute happy side like you always do to the show.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
thank you for
Oh,
that.
thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Definitely. All right. Well, enough about those dumb cute things. Kidding. Anyways,
Wow.
it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Clay's
Fast
Flick
facts.
Flex. So today we're gonna be talking about pet animals, pets. What are pets, animals that are your friends that you keep around in the house? So I'll be talking about movies that feature animals. As you know, this is my segment where I give you facts about movies you may not know. So I'll be talking about my favorite movie featuring my favorite animals, Bug's Life. And then the great thing about Bugs. Oh shoot. Okay, so Sergey is telling me that I've already done a segment about Bugs. Have I?
Oh.
Oh, I think you might have. Yeah.
Oh shit, I can't remember.
At
I think
least
about-
once or twice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I tell a lot of people about Bug's Life, so I'm not confused. Anyways, I'll pick. I don't know. Oh, how about this one? So, everyone here has heard about the movie 101 Dalmatians. Have you heard about 100 Dalmatians?
No.
How about 99 Dalmatians? How about 26 Dalmatians?
No.
Why haven't you heard of these? This could be a McModern mystery, honestly.
Ooh.
Yeah. A
So,
little crossover.
there was a horrible fire that happened in the Disney studios
What?
last year. No, not last year. In the 1930s.
Oh, y'all are saving me.
That's confusing, you know. And hours and hours and hours, hundreds of hours of videotape were burned, including the original 100 Dalmatians movies. Only the 101
no.
Dalmatians.
No, wait. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Lost
This was the
Dalmatians.
longest. This was the longest.
This is the longest running
movie
film series
franchise
ever.
in history.
It reached up to 101 movies.
Wow.
So all 100 movies have been you've heard of lost films before. This is the prime example of lost film. 100 of these films are lost. And I don't know if you've seen 101 Dalmatians. It is one of the greatest movies of our time, right?
Yeah, I have.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And people always say movies get worse as the series progresses.
Yeah.
So can you imagine what 1 Dalmatians was like? Even 2 Dalmatians?
Those must have been classics.
Right, exactly.
I actually saw 55 Dalmatians when I was growing up. That used to be my
In
favorite
the
movie.
20s, right?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, back in the 20s.
Before it got burned.
Before it
got burned, yeah, that was a
maybe
great
Maybe
movie.
you had a VHS tape or something.
Right. I saw this.
Yeah.
Special viewing.
Yeah. I mean, some of them got banned in America, you know. I think it was 79 Dalmatians with the nudity.
Oh, okay.
I think it was
Yeah.
18 Dalmatians with the drug references. But
Oh.
Dalmatians 80 through 100 got banned at my school. Like,
Exactly.
you know how schools ban things?
yeah, exactly. And I think Dalmatians 75 through 95 were banned in the Soviet Union until it collapsed.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, I heard the violence just got a
Wow,
little too
I'm
rough.
learning-
And
Yeah,
some-
the violence in those movies, and also
I'm learning so much.
all the anti-Soviet propaganda, you know.
Yeah.
They were
The
only allowed
nationalism.
to watch Dalmatians 16.
Yeah, so they
That's
actually
it.
started their own series of movies. 101. What kind of dogs are Russian?
Sergey?
Russian dogs.
Those
Ru-
got lost too. That's all you're
Those got lost. I don't even know the name of these dogs.
101 Russian dogs.
They also
yeah.
had a fire.
101 Light. It's about Laika, the dog who got sent into space and died up there.
Wow.
But it's 101. She keeps having to relive her pain. This is getting sad. Anyways, that is my fast flick fact. The Lost Dynasty of the Dalmatians
Wow.
films. Pretty
was-
deep stuff.
That was crazy, man. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're
and now
welcome.
we're going to hear from our special guest.
Our special guest who has got
Hello.
a specific story about
Hey.
pets.
So I have a pretty crazy pet story. And following the trend, it's also about hamsters.
Ooh.
So I have a neighbor at home, and he's 7 years old, and he had a pet
He lives in the house all by
hamster.
himself?
Yeah, all by himself. It's
Oh, wow.
crazy.
That's
Very
pretty
independent little kid.
Very independent.
And he had a hamster named Chubby, and it was the cutest little hamster ever. It was really soft and brown. It was super sweet, and he used to put the hamster on his head. Like, he would just walk around and would just chill on his head, and it was a really nice little hamster. So they would always go on vacation, and my family would actually babysit Chubby while they were away.
Oh, okay.
So, I think last winter, for some reason, my family wasn't home the entire time that Chubby's family would be out of town. So we decided to kind of split up babysitting Chubby all throughout the neighborhood. So it started at one house, started another house, and ended with us. So everything was going like normal, and Chubby was just at our house when my mom's friends come over to our house. She had a little girl named Rosie, and she was about 2.5 years old. And you can kind of see where this story is going because
What do they call her?
name was Rosie, but also on the street she's known as the little gremlin.
Oh, no.
So she wasn't trying to
Don't
be
feed her at
mean.
night.
She probably drinks hot ones.
She wanted
Oh,
a
she
ham
gets
sandwich. She
Definitely
settled for a
gets
hamster
hot ones.
sandwich.
Oh.
Hopefully that's not what happened. I don't know.
She wasn't trying to be mean or malicious, but she really, really, for some reason, loved Chubby the hamster.
Oh, I mean, who wouldn't
really?
love the hamster?
Exactly.
It
It's
sounds
like
like,
the
a
perfect
great
little
hamster.
hamster.
Yeah.
But that means she would go up to the cage and yank the legs of Chubby all the
Oh,
way out of the
no.
cage. And then we would
Ouch.
always try to get it away from her, but she'd somehow finagle her way back.
Poor
She'd put
Chubster.
Chubby in the little hamster ball and then accidentally
wow.
kick it, accidentally drop it. It was kind of sad. But we were like, okay, after an hour of this madness, we thought Chubby was safe, everything was great, everything would go back to normal. But unfortunately, the next day, the story gets a little sad.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We went back to the cage, and there was a little brown lump just in the cage. And unfortunately, Chubby had died.
The gremlin
Oh,
killed Chubby.
The
no.
little gremlin had accidentally killed Chubby. And for some reason, my mom and my sister, my little sister Sabrina, shout out to her, made an executive decision to not tell our neighbors that
Oh,
they
no.
had killed their hamster, but instead went to the pet store
No.
to try to find a new hamster.
Oh, wow.
Did they do
know. So they did, but there was just one fatal flaw. Unfortunately, they ended up buying a hamster that was way, way, way smaller and a
Oh.
different color.
Oh no.
It was, they actually ended
Skinny.
up buying a tiny,
Skinny.
tiny, skinny little black hamster
Yeah.
and pretended nothing had happened. So they gave it back to our neighbor and pretended all was well.
Oh no.
So our neighbor, who was so excited to come home and play with his perfect little hamster Chubby,
his best friend.
his best friend.
Oh, this is sad.
I know. He immediately put Chubby on his head.
The new Chubby.
The new Chubby.
Chubby 2.0.
But Chubby bit him.
Oh,
and he
no.
was just like, wow, this is not Chubby. This is evil Chubby.
Oh no.
And then ended up putting it back in his cage and refused to play with it because he was like, Chubby's mean now. Chubby bit me. It's black.
So the
So we
kid.
didn't know that.
Chubby lost a lot of weight.
Exactly.
So the kid didn't assume that like it was a new hamster. He just thought his hamster had literally turned evil while he was gone.
Yeah.
And like
Over
and
Mr.
like
Brain.
and like turned black because of his black heart.
Yeah. He finally had enough of the fat shaming of being constantly called
Yeah,
chubby,
exactly.
so he started running on the wheel constantly.
Yeah, running on the wheel worked out. Evil Chubby was
Man,
born.
that had so many twists and turns.
So
know.
Wow.
that's an
This is a
exclusive
pretty
story.
What
twisted
happened to Evil
story.
Chubby?
Heard here. Evil Chubby just kind of, I think they even brought it back to the pet store. They were like, we can't have
wow.
it.
Evil hamsters need love too.
I know.
That's why they're
but-
evil. Nobody loves them.
So my family pretended that never happened, and that now lives lives in.
I had that kid for like
family
a
lore.
Wow.
long time. Like, you know how like there's childhood things where you don't think about it twice and you just assume that's what it was.
That's just what it
I
was.
hope like he gets very old before he realizes, wait,
Yeah.
Realize, wait.
I hope he's not listening to this right
I
now.
know.
'Cause we just
my
like let
hamster
the
didn't
secret
turn.
out.
My hamster didn't turn evil. He died, and I got a new one. Anyways, that's a really, really dramatic, very funny,
Pretty dramatic.
very funny pet story.
Wow.
Pretty hard to believe, but pretty amazing. And I think now should we go to Simone Gories?
Yeah. So we have a new segment with Simone. Do you want to talk
Yeah,
about
Yeah,
it?
how
definitely.
is your segment?
So you may have heard of categories, but now my segment's called Simonagories. And it's basically the same thing. I'm going to pick a segment or pick a category, and each of the Cold One boys here have to answer. And the first one to falter and not have something to say is out. And then we're going to play a few rounds and see who is the Simonagories winner.
Yeah.
Okay. So are we going in this order here?
Yeah, do you guys...
Yeah. And
Okay.
then so Clay, Billy, Jonathan, Clay, Billy, Jonathan.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh man.
You want me to tell you the category?
Say it very slowly.
Oh, no.
I'll tell it very slowly. You guys get a few seconds to think. So, the first category is places that start with a C.
Cleveland.
Oh, we're starting.
Okay, sorry. I'll do different.
And they can be states, they can be countries, they can be places in your house. This is anywhere you can go.
Okay.
So,
Can I
are you
go?
guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cincinnati.
Chicago.
Cleveland.
China.
Colorado.
Creighton. Oh, wait, no.
What is that
Oh,
place?
Jonathan.
Creighton.
Creighton.
Creighton. It's a university.
Columbia.
Connecticut.
Crevice.
Do you like to go in crevices, Jonathan?
Yes, that's a
Wait,
place.
is
I
that
like to go.
count?
I don't know.
It's the crevice in my house that I always hang out in, so it counts for me. I think.
Canada.
Cat House.
Cairo.
Cambodia.
Kentucky.
Okay. Oh,
Can Dance Studio. Okay, we're taking crevice, but we're not taking cat or
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Well, Kentucky obviously has a K.
That's a place
so-
in my imaginary world.
Kentucky did not race horses, they raced cans.
Oh man, dude.
They just kicked the cans for the Kentucky Derby.
All right, I'll take the loss on this.
All right, so
one.
do we have 2 lives?
Do you want 2 lives?
Sure.
So Billy lost his first life.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. So, next one.
Okay, but wait, can you stop us when we say something wrong? How about you're the judge?
Oh, okay, well, I stopped Billy last time.
Okay.
Okay.
So am I starting now, or is
No,
Jonathan?
I'm sorry. I'll start.
I think
It doesn't matter,
Jonathan needs to
yeah.
start.
Okay, he
All
can
right,
start.
Jonathan will start, then Clay, then me, and then
Yeah.
we'll keep going.
Okay, so this time,
I'm mad Jonathan stole Cleveland, but
names that begin with an S.
Simone.
Simon,
Steve,
Sarah.
Samuel,
Scott,
Steven.
Sylvester,
Sergey,
Stephanie.
Salvador,
Sally,
Stefan.
No.
Sven, Samuel, Samantha. I have so many ready in my mind.
Yeah. Shmuel,
The boy in the striped
Okay,
pajamas.
so
Shmuel.
Jonathan, that was your first life.
Three,
That was
Three
yours.
Stooges.
Okay.
Okay, ready for this next
Oh, so
category?
we start with Clay then?
Yeah, Clay starting. Things that you can wear that start with an M. So you have a
Okay,
couple
so
seconds.
things like what start with an M.
Yes.
Moccasins,
Mattress covers.
Mittens.
Macintosh jacket,
Oh, it's a little too long.
McDonald's employee hat uniform.
Okay, so Billy lost all. Billy lost all his lives.
This is a hard game.
out.
This is a hard game.
Billy's out.
Oh God, rest in peace, Billy.
This is hard.
I like. Don't give up on the idea of Kentucky though.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
This
you can make it a
this game is telling you
imaginary-
Kentucky. You want a Kentucky.
Yeah, I live in an imaginary world where Kentucky exists.
Yeah.
It's just like this world.
Yeah,
except for
Billy
that's
does live in a
what
bit of an imaginary world. He needs to wake up and smell the flowers, if you know what I mean.
it is. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Next one.
Next category.
So Jonathan's starting.
Yeah, Jonathan's starting,
Sure.
and it's foods that start with a P.
Okay. Okay. All right. Pepperoni.
Pizza.
Pepperoni pizza.
Okay.
Pasta.
Pie.
Pierogies.
Pineapple.
Plums.
Peaches.
Peach cobbler.
Peach ice cream.
Peach pie.
Okay, really?
Pinstripe Penelope cake.
Pink sludge.
That's what.
Pink
That's what they make chicken
lemonade.
nuggets out of.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Pink lemonade.
Pig feet.
Pig intestines? I don't know.
Pork. What do I think of that?
Porcupine.
Porcupine.
No.
Oh, no.
Okay,
No one said
first
pumpkin. I just want to point that out.
I don't need pumpkins. I carve
Also,
them.
speaking of pink sludge, did you guys ever play Webkins?
Yes.
Yeah.
You could like mix foods together and you would end up with pink sludge.
Oh, is that what that's
really?
from?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, what McDonald's uses to make chicken nuggets.
Yeah. That
That too.
webcams actually ties in with the topic.
Oh,
Webkins.
they're
Yeah,
pets.
pets.
Pets, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
let your webkin starve to death.
All right.
Okay,
wow.
so-
So the next person that loses is
Is
eliminated,
out,
and the other
so
person wins.
Final round.
So Jonathan starts?
Okay, so this
Right?
is
Yeah,
definitely.
Jonathan's
So
first.
this is the boys' cold 1 hour. So I'm ending it with the category of things you can drink that start with a D.
Ooh.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's tough. Okay,
Let's go.
let me think for just a second.
Yeah,
if
you
you
guys
don't
can
mind.
have a little break to think.
I can actually name like 50.
Okay, well, you're out.
All right.
You're out,
All
though.
right.
Maybe you can tell them everything they don't name.
Okay, we're going right now.
Dasani.
Diet Coke.
Dripping water.
Diet Sprite.
Yeah, I was gonna name all the diets.
Diet. Dr. Pepper.
Danimals.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pibb.
Dr. Pibb. That's not even a thing, is it?
Dang it! Wait, well, how'd you start with Dasani? That's what I was gonna start
It's
with.
Mr. Pibb.
Well, you want me to go first. So.
How, I was like, he's not gonna think of
Doctor
Dasani.
Strange.
So we're going, right? We're still going.
No.
Wait, are we?
whoa.
Dehydrated milk.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay, fine.
So I think the official winner is Jonathan.
All
You win
right.
Simona Gorius.
Oh,
Good
thank
job.
you.
That was close though. I don't know. The
Yeah.
rules are kind of
Dr. Pibb.
All right. Wow. So
That was
many
a good one.
I
Yeah,
would
no,
just like to out. There was
Yeah.
a correction from Twitter. My little sister Sabrina mentioned that it's not called sludge on Webkins. It's actually called gunk.
Oh,
I'm
so-
sorry. I'm
Oh, so
sorry.
but
We'll
pink
still the
gunk
pink,
works.
yeah,
Pink gunk. Yeah.
I think we should maybe recount points later on account of some errors that might have been made and see who the winner
Okay.
is.
Speaking of errors that might have been made,
Oh, yay!
it's time for my segment. It's not my fault. With me, Judge Jonathan Falk. It's back after 2 weeks of hiatus.
It's back, baby.
You know,
Because you had Jonathan Summer Jams.
we had Jonathan Summer Jams. We had Falk's first fall. And now
Exactly.
it's time for
Well, we
It's
had
Not
It Is
My
My
Falk.
Falk, too.
We had,
It
oh,
Is
yeah,
My
that's
Falk.
right. Okay, yeah, we did have an Is.
You've gone
It
3
Is My
weeks with
Falk.
It's Not My Fault. How are you even alive, listeners?
I don't know. But we're back and we're kicking, and these boys
Barely.
are about to be
Kicking and
in
Screaming.
trouble.
More like
Oh no.
my favorite
Kicking
movie,
and
Kicking and
Screaming,
Screaming.
the classic movie, yeah.
My favorite movie starring Mr. Will Ferrell.
It's a good one, yeah. I've actually never seen it, but
Oh, it's
okay.
neither, but it's one of my favorites.
Let's get into it. So I've got a pet related. It's not my Falk to go along with our theme. So last weekend I had to go out of town. I had to go back to Florida. I walked all the way there actually because I forgot my car.
You forgot your surfboard.
Yeah, I forgot my surfboard, so had to walk all the way there. Took me quite a while. So I had Billy, Clay, and Simone watch my pets for me. You know, I have a bunch of pets. You could say I'm a bit of a pet freak. I have a fish, a
It's a bit of a
snake,
pet peeve.
and a hedgehog.
Whoa.
Wait, a snake and a hedgehog?
I have a fish, a snake,
Pet
and a
maniac
hedgehog.
over here.
Ooh,
So
fish, snake, and
I
hedgehog.
left these guys and girl in charge of watching my animals. They didn't all have to do it at the same time. They could take shifts. But when I got back, I was shocked by what I found because my fish was swimming around in my toilet. It was not dead, like it wasn't flushed down the toilet, but it was just swimming around in there. My snake got out as well, and it left like snake sheddings all over the place.
No.
And I was really disappointed by that.
You're
Because
disappointed in your snake.
disappointed in my snake, yeah. I taught him better than that. I taught him to keep that skin on, but you know, he just won't listen. That snake. It's okay though. And then my hedgehog.
That's nice, your snake.
My hedgehog was just gone, and
I think I can explain that.
so I mean, I put all of you guys in charge of watching this. Like, you know, I really trusted you guys. So I'm bringing you all to court. I would like you all to explain to me what happened. I'll decide whose fault it is.
Okay, well, who's
to
gonna
go first?
go first? I mean, I can go first, probably. I haven't really thought of anything
I
yet.
can go first too.
Oh,
okay.
All right, let's
Billy's
go.
going first.
Oh,
Wait, what? Okay. I'm going first. Okay. So Clay and Simone and me, we're all just watching these pets. And, I don't know if you know this about Clay. He's kind of obsessed with video games. So he's like, oh, he has a hedgehog? This guy must be exactly like Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm going to go outside, start rolling him through some sidewalk streets, rolling through some paths. So I'm like, hey, dude, I don't think you should do that. But he's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. And so he grabs this hedgehog, pushes me out of the way before I can stop him. He runs outside, rolls the hedgehog down the street, and let's just say it never came back.
Oh, no.
Meanwhile, Simone is like, oh my gosh, this fish, I think he's dead. And I was like, no, he's clearly alive. And she was like, no, we should flush it down the toilet. And so she scoops it up. She puts it in the toilet. Luckily, I stop her before she flushes it. Okay. And I was like, no, this fish is alive. It's alive, I tell you. And then she was like, no, it isn't. So she's trying to get to the toilet. So she grabs the snake as a weapon, starts trying to attack me with it so that she can flush this fish down a toilet. Meanwhile, Clay comes back. He starts trying to help her. They're both whipping this snake at me. I'm cowering in fear. I'm scared. Meanwhile, the skin is flying off this thing.
God.
I jump into the shower, fully clothed, close the door, and just lock myself in.
So it's not my snake's fault then.
I'm so scared.
It's the snake's fault, yeah.
Anyways, that's what happened. I know, very out of character for both of them. I know. I was shocked.
Hey, I don't think that's what happened at all. So I think Billy got the story a little bit wrong. I'm going to tell my version.
Okay.
So Jonathan had left to go back to Florida. And I was like, okay, I have to watch these pets with Clay and Billy. And I was like, okay, they're a little bit of sticklers for the rules. But I'm over here. I'm the fun babysitter. I'm going to let them.
She's the cool aunt.
Yeah, I'm the cool aunt. I'm going to let these pets have a good time. So I was like, okay, so when your parents leave, like, you get to do everything that they won't let you do. Like, if you're home by yourself, you're babysitting and you want the kids to have fun, maybe you let them eat all the junk food. So the equivalent for the fish, the snake, and the hedgehog is they get to do everything that they dreamed. Ooh. So over here, the little fish had some huge water park dreams. And, like, that big fish bowl they have at water parks? They're like, oh my gosh, the toilet is so close but so far away.
So you communicate with these animals?
Exactly. Like, I can talk, like, I know what they want.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, fish. I know you definitely want to have some fun in the toilet bowl. So I was like, okay, have some fun over there. And then with the snake, with Clay or Billy or Jonathan, they kind of care a little bit about what it looks like. They're a little bit more superficial, but I was like, Snake,
my snake has to wear business professional at all times. So.
Maybe you need to shed a few layers of skin, if you know what I mean, if you want to
That's like casual
show your
snake.
own personal style. So I was like, yeah, you rock that look.
She turned my snake into a stripper.
Hey, maybe that's what it was to do. But then also I knew that Clay had some Sonic the Hedgehog dreams over here. And I was like, I gotta protect you, Hedgehog. And I was like, the Hedgehog just wants some nice peace and quiet. So I was like, you know what? Your dream, maybe just take a nap. So I protected it and made sure it had some fun times sleeping and snoozing away in the back corner. So that's what really happened.
Okay. So it is in my house. I just haven't found it yet.
Well,
definitely.
Okay.
It's just napping still.
I got bad news for you if you want to know what really happened.
Ooh.
So I was left at home with Billy and Billy and Simone.
Whoa.
And Billy and Simone, they're a little lazy. They like to laze around all day. So I think Billy went and turned on the TV and instantly fell asleep watching the big game. Simone went on her laptop and started watching a TV show, and she fell asleep right away. So I was the only one left awake, and I was bored out of my mind. But I did not want to go to sleep because Jonathan is one of my friends, and I promised him that I'd watch these animals.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, I was playing with the hedgehog, and the hedgehog kind of looked at and as everyone knows, I'm a video game addict. You know what I mean? I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer guy.
Yeah, he just can't get enough of those Angry Birds.
Yeah, I'm more of a mobile gamer. Angry Birds, Word Warp, Space Cadet Pinball, stuff like that.
You have all the merch, all the shirts.
Yeah, I definitely have a lot of Angry Bird.
Yeah.
I have like my Angry Bird fedora, but anyways.
Yeah, he plays the Air Bud mobile game.
Wow. I played the Air Buddies mobile game too. But anyway, so this hedgehog actually looked up to me, and I was like, how cool would it be if this hedgehog was Sonic the Hedgehog? And looked up to me and said, I am Sonic the Hedgehog. And I said, what? How is this hedgehog talking? He's like, listen, your friend Jonathan is an evil sorcerer from the Sonic the Hedgehog video game who trapped me. in this powerless state. So I need you to free me. I really am Sonic the Hedgehog, and I know you because you're a gamer guy. You have all the Sonic merch. You have
I think you've been playing a little bit too much video games. It was going to your head. You were going crazy. I think what's happening
you
here.
have the Sonic hat, the Sonic backpack, the Sonic snacks. So you need to let me out of here. So I said, okay, I'll let you out. If you're really Sonic the Hedgehog, I want you to be free. You're my idol. So I lifted up the cage, and Sonic the Hedgehog jumped down and said, "Ha! You finally freed me. I'm not Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm his evil brother, Blonic the Hedgehog." And Blonic the Hedgehog said, "I could finally run." He started running around the house super fast, and Billy and Simone were still completely passed out. He said, "Ooh, what is this, a treadmill?" And I said, "No, not the snake." And he jumped on the snake, and he started running and running and running on it like it was a treadmill, and all the skin just started flying off as he was running on the snake's back. The snake said, "Help!" So I ran over to help the snake, and I snatched that little hedgehog off of the snake, but it was too late. The snake had already shed so much skin from being used as a human treadmill. Then he ran past the fish, and he said, "Oh, what does this do?" And he kicked over the fish bowl. And I grabbed that fish. I said, "No, please." And so I threw the fish in the toilet because that's the only other place with water. Jonathan does not have running water in his house. So I just put him in the toilet, which I had filled with buckets of water that I got from the well. And then Sonic says, "Smell you later." Smell you later. I'm way past cool. And he runs right out of Jonathan's house. And I said, "How am I going to explain this?" But that's really what happened. Blonic the Hedgehog, Sonic's evil brother, did it. It's not my fault.
Yeah, let's just say I don't know about the sanity levels.
Okay, I know what I saw.
Yeah, so we've got some.
I don't think Jonathan would know if he had Blonic the Hedgehog.
Hey, I feel like I might. So yeah, we've definitely got some interesting stories here. I definitely appreciate Simone. She just wanted to let my pets have fun. I don't always have time. I work a job. I have classes. I don't have time to let my pets have fun. So I don't know how much of her story is true or false, but I definitely appreciate the sentiment. She's pretty cool and she lets them have fun. So I definitely appreciate that. But what I don't appreciate, especially in this courthouse, is false stories, is lying. And I think...
Obviously, he's talking about Billy.
No. I think that Clay is lying to me.
Oh, how am I lying?
And that's just something that I absolutely do not tolerate.
No, I'm not lying. It really happened.
This courthouse was built on integrity.
Listen, I may be a gamer, but
it was built
I'm not a lamer.
By the sweat on my brow. I built this courthouse brick by brick. And I definitely do not appreciate false stories.
No, is it my fault?
And I think, well, actually, I think it is Clay's fault, but I think that it's just like a mental state that he's in. I think he just doesn't understand what's going on.
Hey man, I'm just playing the game.
I think he's been playing a little bit too much Sonic, playing a little bit too much Angry Birds.
There's no such thing as too much Angry Birds. I'm on level 2. I've been playing on it for a few months, but I will beat it one day, and I'll buy the full version.
So yeah, I'm not exactly sure who I trust between Billy and Simone, but I think ultimately, Clay, I'm gonna say it is your fault.
Ooh. Oh man, sorry about that.
Oh, that's rough.
All right, well, thank you for that segment, Jonathan. But now it's time for everyone's favorite segment. News on the 47s. News on the 47s.
Sergey.
News real quick. All right, so what's going on in the world of...
Hello, Sergey.
What's going on in the real world where it's called Kentucky and all that good stuff?
Oh, well, as you guys all know, today, because it's past midnight, today WIUX is going to be covering the 2016 elections. Ooh. So tune in from 6 to midnight to hear WIUX and the IU Media School partner up to provide live updates, panel discussions, and much more live from the Franklin Hall Atrium. For more information, visit WIUX's Facebook page or WIUX.org.
That is awesome. I think that is also all the news we have time for today.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Only the important stuff, yeah.
Only what you care about. Thank you for the news, though.
The election, who cares, honestly? I mean, I'm not going to vote.
Okay, no, let's not encourage that.
Okay, no, I'm joking. Definitely go out and vote.
Vote for the candidate we've endorsed who we won't reveal until... The boys Cole and I have
just write in Sergey. That's what I'm endorsing.
We will Blonic the Hedgehog.
We'll let you know who endorsed him when we've all been jailed for, libel.
Mm-hmm. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, it's time for my segment, McDunn's McModern McMysteries. So, today's McMystery happened just earlier today, actually. So, I had to go take the bus because I had to go across campus. And this was actually, fun fact, my first time taking the bus here at IU. So I walk up to the bus stop. It's right on the corner of 10th and Sunrise. And I see the bus stop. I'm not really sure how it works. It looks like there's like a stoplight right there. So I'm like, oh, the bus is going to pull up, stop right here in front of the stop.
The next thing that's going to stop is going to be a bus.
Yeah, so, and then I get in. So, you know, the bus shows up. It was not what I expected, to be honest. Like, it was a lot smaller. It was like smaller than you'd think a bus would be. Probably only fitted 4 people. Probably only fit 4 people. It was like small and black. It had only one person in it. The driver just looked like an ordinary guy. Like, could have just been a student. Wasn't in a uniform, but I was like, okay, this guy's stopping at the bus stop. Who cares if I think the buses are a little bit, you know, lower quality than what they should be. I'm going to get in. So I just open the door. I get in the passenger seat. Now, the driver just freaks out. He doesn't know what's going on. He's freaking out. He's like...
Sounds like he's overreacting.
What are you doing here? And I was like, okay, I thought these bus drivers are supposed to be like trained. Aren't they supposed to have like a bus license? Or I don't really know.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, take me to the union. And now this guy's like freaking out. And then I realized, oh, of course he's freaking out. Every time you go on the bus, you have to show them your student ID.
Right.
So I grab my bag because it was at the bottom of my bag. So I'm furiously shuffling through my bag, getting ready so I can, whip it out, point my ID right at him. But as I start reaching to my bag, he puts his hands up in the air. He's like, no, don't worry, I'll take you. And so I was like, oh, okay, nice guy. He doesn't even need me to show him my ID. So he drives me to the union. And that's what I at least had thought had happened, because when I got in the union, I saw on the TV, on the news, now I know why the guy was so scared. Apparently, there was some criminal that was going around threatening hitchhikers at gunpoint. He probably wanted to get off the roads as soon as possible, go back to his family, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Go back where it's safe. And here he was being a good citizen and driving me. So, of course, I looked into it, couldn't find any leads, but...
If you have any leads,
find this crazy guy
who McDonough.
Yeah,
hashtag who McDonough on Twitter.
Yes. This hitchhiking
maniac
of the
and this scarred bus driver.
Yeah,
who's just trying to do his job.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I did file a report, a complaint that the IU buses are just horrible. So,
oh wow.
I mean, if they improve, you're welcome.
Right, exactly.
But that's my McMystery. So
thank you.
Well, thank you. That's a creepy mystery. But now it's time for some creepy questions from our creepy listeners. Starting with Hunter, who said, "Are smoothies the coldest cold one?" No, I'm not know the answer to this. I know Hunter's a huge cold one fan.
Yeah, shout out to Hunter.
A huge smoothie fan, because I remember him. He was telling me the benefits of smoothie. I believe that was the night where he slept in the hallway.
Yes. So Hunter was sleeping in the hallway.
Right, sleeping in the hallway.
On his mattress, full brights on. What happened then again?
He was drinking a smoothie, spilled it all over his bed. Jonathan, do you remember that? What was Hunter doing?
He was sleeping in the hallway, right?
Was he sleeping in the hallway?
Yeah, I think he was sleeping in the hallway.
Most people know him because he slept in the hallway, right?
Yeah.
And Simone, do you have anything to add on that, what he was doing?
I think he was sleeping in the hallway.
I think he was sleeping in the hallway.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yes, he was sleeping in the hallway.
All right, next question.
Brayden says, "Help! I like a girl and I don't know what to do." Well, Billy, you're the kind of resident Casanova of the show. Do you have any advice for Brayden?
Wait, what does that even mean?
You know, you're kind of the ladies' man.
He's the coldest of the cold.
Yeah, true.
Billy's love advice.
Billy's a little bit of a
speaking
Lothario.
of, I mean, why don't we talk to the lovebirds?
The lovebirds.
Hey, whoa.
Yeah. Okay. So, me and Simone are dating.
Hi.
Oh wow.
In case you didn't know.
Wait, really?
Yeah, really. We didn't want to tell you guys until tonight. And she said, "Help! I like a girl and I don't know what to do." So there's a point where I liked her and I didn't know what to do. So what I did is I submitted a question to a radio show, and they gave me really good advice.
And it worked.
So
you guys should do that.
That's what you should do. So Brayden, you want to take your question and submit it to a radio show, and they'll tell you exactly what to do with this girl.
It's gonna work out.
Great advice.
Just kidding. Just talk to her.
Oh wow, we actually got genuine. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. I know who it is.
Right.
Just talk to her.
So who's what's our next question again?
Kyle asks your favorite bug quote. I can't help but feel like this question is directed completely at Jonathan.
Yeah. I think I know what he's gonna say. He's gonna say. Actually, I don't know what he's gonna say. What are you gonna say?
Oh, what am I gonna say? Oh, there's this one really good quote from Bug's Life. I'm forgetting what was that?
You better quote it correctly.
I think he said, it's a hard knock life for me.
What in the name of bug is going on over here?
Yeah, exactly.
Am I right?
He said it's a bug knock life.
My favorite one is when the bug says, first time this has been said, it's kind of a personal mantra of mine I've said throughout life. And to me, the idea this makes it even better is little bits of knowledge like this. When the bug says, "You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take."
Oh,
To me, that meant a lot, and I can't believe nobody never thought
That
about that
changed my
before.
life.
So the bug, seeing the bug, it was like he was talking directly to me. And also, the last question is, what's the best emoji to express deep, sincere sorrow?
And
Simone,
that's from Max.
that's from Max.
Max.
Simone, do you have an opinion on?
I do. Okay, so I think there's definitely some good emojis to express deep sorrow. There's definitely some facial expressions, some crying faces. But I personally think the best emoji to express deep, sincere sorrow is actually in the flags, and it's one plain flag, and it's completely black.
Oh, the black flag.
Black flag,
The
so
old
much
black
emotion.
flag.
It's just wow, so much darkness. You don't know what's going on.
When
in
did
there.
you use that?
So much sorrow.
When do you use that black
When
flag?
you use that?
Express sorrow and sincere sorrow.
When I haven't had to use it yet.
When you don't want to surrender,
Exactly.
you want to keep fighting.
Exactly.
I like that one.
In my personal opinion, the best emoji. So it's a pretty popular one. A lot of people have heard of it. If you go to Travel and Places, it has the little symbol of the car and the building. It's right between the soccer ball and the light bulb. I'll give you a little bit of time right now to go find this thing. It is column 2, row 5. It's a train. It's like sideways, and it's like the beige one,
Right.
with like the lines, and it's kind of
The,
rectangular.
the lighter shade beige or the darker shade beige?
The lighter shade beige.
Okay.
Lighter shade beige, and it's got like the little diamond like apparatus on top, but there's one that's kind of like a skinnier diamond. This is like the more plump diamond, the more symmetrical one.
okay.
And that one just reminds me of all my hopes and dreams leaving on a train and never coming back.
Oh man, I hate it when that happens.
So
the emoji that expresses the deepest, most sincere sorrow to me is probably the ladybug emoji, because it reminds me that I will never get my true dream of living my life as a bug.
Oh, that's true. I think one that's pretty sad is the emoji that's a key, because it just reminds me of like
Of DJ Khaled and how
it reminds me
how
of
sad he
DJ
is.
Khaled and how he has the keys and how I don't have the keys. He just keeps saying it over and over again. He says, "I have the
got the
keys."
He's got the key to
And
the
as we
streets.
discussed in our last episode, I don't have the keys. I still haven't found my keys.
Okay, the creepy.
So when I put that key emoji, that just means I'm so sad.
wow.
But hopefully I'll find my keys soon.
All right. Well, thank you all for submitting those questions. We're gonna now move on to our last segment,
A song.
our song, and
A
as
pet
you know-
song.
Special song.
Yeah, our topic was about pets. So we've got
We all remember Bring Your Pet to School Day.
bring your pet to school day. Personally, I never had that, but
But if you did, maybe tweet it.
Yeah, tweet about what pet you brought to school, and we'll tell you about what pet
Exactly.
we brought to school. Okay, 1, 2. Oh wait, hold up. My bad.
Okay, as we're getting set up here,
I almost forgot to cut my mic so
guitar?
the actual singer sings. What?
do you want a mic by your guitar or by these fake before we lip sync?
Sergey, how can you hear my guitar right now? Can you hear it well? Is it picking
All
up?
right.
Okay, cool.
Oh, sorry, these people that Clay's
Okay, so-
dad
okay,
hired
guys,
us.
yeah.
They need to get it together, man.
Yeah, the professional singers are coming in. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Woke up late in a rush. I'm out the door. I missed my bus. I called my mom. She comes from work. Drove me to school. Called me a jerk. Today was special. Today was cool. Today was bring your pet to school. Johnny had a little monkey. Teresa had a pet donkey. Bristol had a horde of rats. David brought 6 wild cats. They had it all. My friend Jamal even brought a pet hawk. I tried to smile for a while, but I only had this pet rock. My pet rock. His name is Jock, my pet rock. He wears some socks, my pet rock, my pet rock. I skip him at the dock, my pet rock, my pet rock. He really rocks.
My pet rock.
Try not to be ashamed. I had to admit it, my pet was lame. Edmund brought a killer whale. Dorothy brought a prehistoric snail. Preston brought a giant squid. Amanda brought a pet kid. Just so you know, she brought a goat. I didn't mean she had a slave. The new kid Paul, he had it all. He brought a big blue ox named Babe. Then I saw. Okay, sorry. Then I saw Winifred. I took one look and I felt dead. She brought a stone, my pet's clone. It looked a little better. It had some moss and a fossil imprinted like a letter. Winnie said,
I've got you beat. Your pet sucks. Smell my feet.
You know her. She's all talk. 'Cause I still love my pet rock, my pet rock. His name is Jock, my pet rock, my pet rock. He wears some socks, my pet rock, my pet rock. I skip him at the dock, my pet rock, my pet rock. He really rocks, my pet rock, my pet rock. My pet rock, my pet rock, my pet rock. He really rocks, my pet rock, my pet rock. My pet rock, my pet rock, my pet rock. He really rocks, my pet rock. Thank you so much for being with us. We love you, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you all for
Thank
tuning
you.
in.